Hi everybody, I am Sailor Solitaire. Welcome to your mid-August 2017 general tarot reading. I hope that you're all doing fabulously and that these eclipses are helping you heal and grow as much as possible. If you haven't already watched your August 2017 reading, then be sure to check that out as well. And be sure to check out your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever sign resonates with you, so that you get a more comprehensive idea of what's in store for you for the rest of the month. So, now let's get right to your reading. Alright Virgos, happy birthday to the Virgo suns out there. Welcome to your reading. Okay. So for you Virgos who are interested in love readings and your love life, I have been thinking of bringing back my love readings since I used to do them and I kind of got rid of them for quite some time, but I'm going to be doing weekly love readings now for each of the signs, so keep an eye out for that. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you have been waiting for or something that you wish that I would do. But either way, it is coming. It's in the works. Alright Virgos, let's hope that we bring you some positivity, shed some light on some darkness that may be present in your lives, Virgo. So the first card is general energies that will be surrounding you this month, or for the rest of this August month. And we have Ten of Swords in the reverse position. Okay, so to me this is a really good card, especially since I feel like a lot of you Virgos have been going through a very difficult time lately. I feel like your solar return, for those of you who are Virgo suns and you have your birthdays coming up, or probably some of you may be watching this around your birthday, I feel like the sun in your sign is bringing you good energy and you are, being revitalized by this energy. This Ten of Swords, in the upright position, it tells a story of betrayal, tells a story of kind of like, you against the world. You're feeling isolated, you're feeling alone, you're feeling like nobody really has your back, nobody cares for you, everyone's just been kind of, using you as like a punching bag. And when this card comes reversed, this is actually a really good sign because this means that that time is ending. So I'm not sure if this is because the people around you are starting to, ease up and starting to realize that, you're this person who has feelings and that you, no matter how strong you may appear on the outside, it still gets to you. This abuse, basically, that you get from other people. People may be taking advantage of you or maybe thinking that, you're such a strong, put-together person that, you can handle a lot of this, pressure and a lot of this kind of unloading, and it's really unfair. So hopefully people are starting to, back off a little bit. But even if they don't, I do feel like one way or the other, you're going to be, you're not going to let it affect you as much. And like this Ten of Swords is, in some, for some people, this is representing drama, like being melodramatic. And so when this card comes reversed, it does indicate that you're not going to be quite as sensitive. So, maybe you guys, with the sun in your sign, you're going to be kind of realizing that, you have, I guess, bigger fish to fry. You have other things to worry about. As troubling as that seems, I think this is a good thing because then you can actually focus on what is important and you don't have to, fuss about all the little things. You can, just be stronger, and I guess what I'm trying to say is your skin is going to be a little bit thicker. And you're not going to let other people's negativity, get under your skin. So that's really good energy, really good news for you guys. I do feel like, you're going to just kind of brush it off and you're not going to let anybody bring you down, which is really good. Even yourself. You're not going to let your own negative self-talk get in your own way. You're going to just be, headed to the finish line. Your eyes are going to be on that prize. So let's see something that you Virgos may be missing. Something for you guys to take note of. The Seven of Wands in the reverse position. Okay, so I do feel like, there's a lot of struggle still. A lot of conflict. I'm not sure what is going on with you Virgos. There's a lot of a lot of uncertainty and a lot of confusion I'm getting. I do feel like some of you may be a bit distant from your inner voice and from your conscious or from your intuition in general. I feel like you guys are kind of tuning that out, and you guys are afraid to listen to it, and you're afraid to look inside of you and listen. And I feel like you guys are getting kind of tossed and turned. You guys are getting tossed around by the outside world, by, career, by your family, by your friends, and it's like too much for you to handle. And I feel like a lot of you are struggling to find that time to kind of quiet your mind, to be alone, and to just recenter yourself, realign your chakras, and to just get back in tune with your heart and with yourself. And it's like, I feel like you Virgos are just kind of like being stretched, being pulled apart in all these different directions, and it's hard for you to maintain that, especially when, I feel like Virgos like to, regain their strength internally, and they need to, kind of have their alone time in order to get back in touch with themselves, in order to recharge your batteries. And I feel like it's hard for you to do that at this time, and so that can definitely be frustrating. Something that you guys are missing. So I was wondering earlier, or just now, if this newfound sense of like self-confidence and strength was because maybe people were easing off, or whether it was that, or if people were still continuing to, I guess, being considerate with you and your feelings and your priorities, and you were just, you're choosing to kind of rise above that. And I do feel like it definitely is the latter, because with this card, the Seven of Wands, I do feel like there is a bit of a struggle when it comes to interacting with other people. I feel like people around you, possibly people at work, but just anybody in your surroundings, they'll be kind of giving you a hard time. And I feel like there's a bit of like mob mentality when it comes to this, where even if you are right and you're making logical sense, people are going to be siding with the majority, or siding with somebody else who is potentially, in more power than you are at this point. And so I do feel like you are going to kind of find your own voice and your own alone time and your own independence, because it's finally going to get to that point where you're just like, hey, enough is enough, and I'm sick and tired of people treating me like this, or not having my back, and you're just going to stand up for yourself. And whether that means, and that may mean that you're going to have to stand alone and walk away from a certain situation, and kind of, I feel like some of you Virgos are going to be like stopping with all the pleasantries. You're going to like finally just be real and be upfront this month. I feel like you guys, I don't feel like this is going to necessarily set you back so much. I feel like, it's, if you feel in your heart that, that you can't just be fake anymore, and you can't just let people, walk all over you, then I feel like you should do what you feel is right for yourself. And at the end, you may kind of be a little bit scared and hesitant because of the backlash, because of the, the social isolation, or the repercussions of that. But I do feel like you will be more in touch with yourself, and from there you'll have more courage and more strength to, go a lot further than just going with the crowd. So general advice for you Virgos is This Knight of Swords, okay, so definitely I feel like you guys are kind of going to be taking action. You're going to be setting yourself apart from the crowd. You're going to be doing your own thing, but you're going to be doing it in a way that, you know, actually earns people's respect. People in charge will notice you, will notice what you're doing. People who can help you will take note of your courage and your ethics, I guess, your values, just exactly what you stand for. You're really going to make it known that you're not like the rest of them, and that you are different, and that you can confidently stand true to who you are, and your originality, your authenticness is really going to shine through. Now this Knight of Swords is sometimes attributed to Gemini energy. So this could be a Gemini in your life, and I do feel like if some of you know any Geminis out there, you may know who I'm talking about. But this could be, you know, somebody who you should, I guess, maybe like literally go to them for advice in all this conflict that's happening. I do feel like they will, they have a lot to teach you from experience. And then for some of you, you know, maybe you don't know a Gemini per se, but I do feel like it's good advice for you to kind of take on Gemini qualities, and that is someone who is, you know, a bit, I don't want to say childish, but somebody who is, you know, they're not so constricted, not so conditioned, I guess, by the social norms and by the conditioning that we grew up in. And so, you know, Geminis are very young hearts, very they're like pure innocence, and you know, sometimes they don't always make the best decisions, but you know, they mean well. They're well intentioned usually, and they kind of just go for it. You know, this Knight is all about action, all about, you know, having confidence in whatever move you make. You're doing it confidently. So it doesn't really matter if you have all the answers. It doesn't really matter if you're walking alone, you know, which this Knight is. All he has is, you know, his companions, his birds and his Pegasus here. But that's okay, because he knows that he is being true to himself, and he knows in his heart that that is more important than anything else. You know, if he had hundreds of people behind him that he was leading, you know, I feel like if he was leading them in a direction or for a purpose that he did not wholeheartedly believe in, then it just wouldn't feel the same, and he wouldn't be able to go through with it. And I feel like some of you Virgos need to have a little bit more confidence to walk alone, to lead by example, instead of literally, you know, having a whole group of friends or a whole group of people behind you, you know, worshiping you, or just having people directly under you, like managing them or leading them in some way. I feel like it's better for you to lead by example, to do what you feel is true, even if you don't have, you know, people backing you up. I do feel like the right person will notice you and will reward you for just being exactly who you are. This Knight of Swords could be a bit aggressive, so just make sure that you are not starting any battles, starting any fights, but, you know, don't be afraid to finish them. So the outcome card for you Virgos is the Emperor in the reverse position. Okay. So we got, you know, very cool energy on this side with, you know, both swords cards, 10 and the Knight, and we have very fiery, hot, passionate energy here. So I feel like, you know, you're trying to balance out your impulses this month with your reputation, with your need to be, you know, cool, calm, and collected on the outside. But again, I do feel like, you know, people may not realize that, you know, just how sensitive you Virgos are. I mean, you guys put up this front and you guys put up this wall, and everyone thinks of you as, you know, perfectionists, and you guys are just so put together, so well, you know, so well put together. And it's hard for people to kind of remember that you're a person too. You're a human being. You're not just a robot. And so I feel like all that kind of bottled up almost resentment that you have for those people, for not noticing you, for not realizing that you're a person, that is kind of, you know, almost coming to the surface at this point. And I do feel like, you know, that's why some of you have been feeling really shitty. You guys have been feeling like, you know, nobody understands you, nobody's cutting you any slack, everyone just expects so much from you, there's so much pressure on you, and it's really breaking you down slowly. It's like chipping away at your strength, your reserves. And so I feel like, you know, at the end of this month, you're going to finally just come again. It was that camel, that straw that broke the camel's back. It's just finally enough is enough, and you need to break free. You need to make some movements, and kind of just, I feel like some of you are going to be maybe taking a sabbatical from work. You're going to be maybe distancing some people and maybe cutting some ties. You're not going to be Mr. Nice Guy or Mr. Nice Girl anymore, and you're just going to kind of do your own thing. So, as the outcome card, the Emperor card, I feel like some of you are going to not try to control. You're going to stop trying to control, you know, the conflict that you have with these other people. I do feel like you're just going to stop fighting. You're going to stop trying to, you know, go with the crowd, go with the mob, and instead of trying to, you know, lead or trying to stay in a situation that you're not happy with just because you want that position, like you want that promotion, or you want to have that status, or to have that, you know, foothold in a group dynamic with, let's say, your friends, or at a, you know, club or something. You're going to kind of give that up, relinquish a bit of that power in order to, you know, rediscover your own personal power. And so you're gonna, I guess, stop looking outwardly, and stop looking, you know, from other people, or it's really hard to speak right now. You're gonna stop trying to look outward, and you're gonna look more inward, and you're going to be, you know, not letting things get inside of you and let it affect you so much. You're going to kind of just, I guess, combine these two energies. You know, the Emperor is normally really bold, dominating energy, and it's very masculine energy here, very much like, you know, you're imposing your will a little bit on other people. And so when it comes reverse, I do feel like you guys are easing off. So there's going to be a mutual kind of backing off. So with all this conflict, I do feel like, you know, you're going to be the bigger person here, and you're going to, you know, give people their space, and you're going to be, you're going to be just, again, going off, doing your own thing, and working towards yourself, even if you have to stand alone. I do feel like it's going to benefit you. It's going to make your everyday life a little bit more pleasant. You're not going to be so obsessed and so concerned with how, you know, your reputation is holding up with these people, and you're not going to have to sacrifice your own integrity and your own morals just to, you know, just to satisfy these people. You're going to try to work on making yourself happy. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. I hope that you resonated with those readings, and that you found them helpful, and that you found value in them as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you like this reading, then please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting. I love hearing from you guys, and I would love to know more about you. And if you want a private reading, a personal reading with me, then send me an email, solitairethesailor@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to provide one of those for you. So until next time, have an amazing day, week, month. If I don't see you, have an amazing life, but I hope I'll see you back in my next video. So thanks again, and take care. Love you.